Hello AMP1. This video is set up to help get you through the aspect of the brainstem, the three components of the brainstem, and what their functions are. Now, while you study on this chapter on the central nervous system, you want to remember to focus almost exclusively on their functions. Now, I know there's some information on PowerPoints that try to describe to you where the locations are. That's not important for the lecture exam. That was tested on in a lab exam where the parts are located. So again, I want you to emphasize more on the functions than where it's located for the lecture exam. Alright, so the brainstem is a very important aspect because this is the direct connection between the spinal cord and the brain. So everything that goes up the spinal cord must go through the brainstem before it goes up into the thalamus and the rest of the brain. And so you have that component. You also have the idea that the brainstem is where 10 out of the 12 cranial nerves actually branch out from. 10 out of 12. So besides the optic and the olfactory, which branches out before the brainstem. Alright, so let's talk about the three components here of the brainstem. The first one is the midbrain. Now, the main thing you want to remember about the midbrain are you have little islands of gray matter within the midbrain. We call that a nuclei. Okay, so nuclei is little islands of gray matter. The first one is a corporal quadrigemina. You may remember that from the labs. Corporal quadrigemina means 4 twins. So it has 2 on one side, 2 on the other. The upper ones are called superior colliculi. Superior colliculi help out with visual reflex. And so what I mean by visual reflex, when paramedic shines a light in your eye and the pupil constricts, that is a reflex right there. That is testing a function of the midbrain, specifically the superior colliculi. The bottom two, the inferior colliculi, deals with auditory relay. So it's able to determine what direction is a sound coming from. Is it coming from the right side? Is it coming from the left side? And can you tilt your head or move your eyes to the area to the side that the sound is coming from? So that's another test that medical personnel will be testing you on to determine if your midbrain is working appropriately or not. So I'm going to put that down here for midbrain. So you have visual reflexes and auditory relay. So again, 2 different aspects that I want to test out to make sure the midbrain is working. Now there's other components in the midbrain. You have substantia nigra that has a connection to the basal nuclei and the red nucleus there. All those work together in helping transmit information from the spinal cord up to different parts of the brain there. Alright, so going on to the next one, the pons. The pons, the main function that I want you to remember about the pons is that the pons help you maintain a normal rhythm of breathing. So breathing is a voluntary and involuntary function. Yes, you do have voluntary function on it, but in terms of when you forget to breathe, okay, if you're busy thinking about something else, it's a pons to make sure that you take a breath every 5 seconds for a total about 12 breaths a minute there. And so the pons make sure that you continuously do that, so it maintains that rhythm there. So that's the main thing I want you to remember about the pons. The last one, medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, what's most important about where it's located, this is where the signals cross sides. So if you remember that the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body and vice versa, this is where the signals cross, is at the medulla oblongata. Now the medulla oblongata helps out with a couple different aspects here. The first one is that you have cardiovascular centers in the medulla oblongata. Cardiovascular centers. Now cardiovascular centers help out with heart rate, and it helps out with blood pressure. So what I mean by regulating heart rate and regulating blood pressure, both of these, it can go up or down depending on the body's needs. So the medulla oblongata really works well with the whole transition between sympathetic and parasympathetic. In sympathetic, blood pressure goes up, heart rate goes up. Parasympathetic, blood pressure and heart rate goes down. So the medulla oblongata worked with regulating that. It's in direct connection with the muscles in the blood vessels. It's in direct connection to the SA node of the heart to make those adjustments when needed. The medulla oblongata also works along with the pons in having the same type of functions in terms of respiratory. So it's the pons that maintains a normal rhythm of breathing, make sure that you don't forget to breathe. But the medulla oblongata actually increases your breathing during sympathetic, or it lowers your breathing during parasympathetic. And so again, it fluctuates, it regulates between parasympathetic and sympathetic. Outside of that, the medulla oblongata helps out with a lot of reflex actions. Now, what I mean by reflex actions, different actions that you have no control over. So vomiting, hiccuping, swallowing, coughing, sneezing, things like that. A lot of that is protective features for the body. That's coming from signals from the medulla oblongata. Okay, the last aspect that we're going to talk about on here is right below, or it's going to be right next to the brainstem. Actually, it's right behind the brainstem, is the cerebellum. Now, the cerebellum, the main thing that I want you to remember about the cerebellum is that it really smooths out and makes small adjustments to any type of skeletal muscle contractions. So it really helps coordinate and smooth out muscle action. So I'm going to put that down on here. Smooths out, smooths and coordinates muscle action. So it works alongside the cerebrum, which the cerebrum could be sending a signal to the arm to move or to pick up something, but it's the cerebellum that really helps smooth, modify it, makes it more of a graceful movement so you don't injure any joints, tear any ligaments or tendons on having to be too much of a abrupt movement. So it helps smooth things out. So it helps out quite a bit with coordination there. And so that is the main thing with the cerebellum. It has a direct connection to each of the three aspects of the brainstem, so it can connect to the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla there as well. So it has a direct connection with all those. All right, so that's a brief summary of the three components of the brainstem and the cerebellum. If you have any questions, post them on the forum.